Hi everybody! So yay me, I actually managed to make myself make the video, which right now the main obstacle to that is that I'm cold. I'm cold and what I really want to do is climb into my bed, well first drink some hot cocoa, then climb into bed and go to sleep. Especially because I have big plans tomorrow. I'm going to participate in a festival, except for that I have to meet at 8:45 and well it's about an hour and a half away after I get on the train, and I have to drive an hour to the train station, so that means I am waking up ridiculously early tomorrow morning, which is why I am not going downstairs. Some of my coworkers are down there, and they're going to be down there till 2 a.m., and that's fine, I can sleep through it, but I can't be up till 2 a.m. I do not want to go to the festival on 3 hours of sleep. That is something I don't want to do. So, now that you're up to date on my current situation, I've had some revelations, and by revelations I just mean little aha moments. So my little aha moment was, I think I mentioned in the last video, I have a problem. My life is driven by my need for milk. That is to say, I didn't realize until I came to Japan that I have a serious milk addiction. I need milk every day, but I have the problem that milk only is good for about a week and a half. And I can only go to the grocery store on the weekends. That's the only time I can get milk. That or I really have to just kick my butt and go straight after work and rush an hour up to go buy milk, which is not something I want to do. But then, if I skip one weekend or I'm busy that weekend, for some reason I'm stuck here, then that means I have a few days without milk. And if I can't go the next weekend, then that means I have to go more than a week without milk. So I thought, oh god, what am I going to do? And I had to face this problem early. Oh my god. This video just got interrupted. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. I have a radio in my room. I'll get back to the topic at hand in a minute, but I have a radio in my room. And I get news, which would be great! Except for that I can't understand any of it. Actually, this sounds like it's one of my students. It's an announcement about the culture festival that I have on next weekend. But I don't understand anything more than that. Something about my middle school students, something about that festival. I have no idea. It just keeps going. I'm going to try and talk over it. Hopefully you guys can't hear it too much. So anyway, I have problems with milk. And my hand was forced a little sooner because I went to a party where I made breakfast with other Jets, and I ended up coming home with the milk somebody else bought, and I swear to God it was not really milk. It tasted like cheese. So I was most unhappy. Even when I put it, used it for coffee or hot cocoa, it tasted like cheese, and it ruined everything. So I was pretty upset. But then I realized a lot of the women at the school don't drink the milk that goes with their school lunch. Instead, what they do is they put it in the refrigerator in the lounge as if they're going to drink it later. But they don't. They just leave it there and hope that somebody else will take it. And people do. Or else it gets thrown away when it starts to go bad. So I thought, I can solve this problem. I can take that milk. They don't want it. Nobody else needs it. And I need it. I need milk to feed my milk addiction. So I went ahead and I took a couple of those home, and it's been working out really great. I'm really happy I did it, and I'm really happy I found that solution. Another realization, small one. This is just one of those weird moments, I guess, of living in a small town. I drove past the gas station today, and I realized that in between the gas station and the sort of bus stop that sells the local goods, there's a house. And I realized, I haven't asked anybody to confirm, but I'm pretty sure that's the house that the family who runs the gas station lives in. That's their house. It's just there by the gas station. For some reason that just blew my mind. Of course their house is by the gas station. How else would they man the gas station all the time during the day and get meals? I mean, sure, they're like a 2-minute walk from the restaurant, but who wants to have to pay to eat at the restaurant every day? It makes sense now. And the announcements keep going on. It is no longer my student, and I do not know what they're about. It's some woman. It sounds official. Oh, God, I hate those announcements. They're really only on Friday night, or if there's something happening, like a typhoon has come in and they're trying to give me information about it. So I don't get them too often, but I just don't want to listen to it on a Friday evening. Perhaps my most meaningful realization was actually last week. I realized that I really should be giving lesson plans to the elementary school teachers. Up until now, I've just been kind of like going in there, look and see what I should be covering this month for the kids, and like, okay, I can think of this game, we'll cover these subjects, good to go. I don't tell anybody, I just go into class, I do my preparation, go into class, and then I explain it on the spot. And it's been working out fine, except for last Tuesday I had a vacation hangover, and I didn't want to teach, please. I thought that was a dumb lesson, and I had no idea how to make it interesting. And my lesson bombed. It was my first bombed lesson. It was awful. And then that afternoon, the homeroom teachers for those kids were like, hey, can we help you? Which is the polite Japanese way of being like, you really messed up. We need to not make that happen again, because that was messed up. So, and during that discussion, I realized, oh, if I tell them about what I'm doing, then they can help me, because part of the problem was I got up there and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? So, I felt pretty dumb. But then after that, I've been just taking the afternoon after classes at the middle school, and it's the day before I go to elementary school, and just taking that time to write up a lesson plan with a description in Japanese so I can give it to the homeroom teachers in the morning, and it's been awesome. Especially because I had, on Thursday, the homeroom teacher or the teacher who's normally in there with me for the 5th and 6th graders wasn't there. So I just had some other teacher in there who doesn't normally help out with English class. And perfectly great teacher, but doesn't know how things go in the class. So it's especially helpful then to have a description already written up, instead of walking in and being like, oh, no one told me that she wasn't going to be here. Now I have to like completely brief this new teacher. So, yeah. And if it's just now that I realize that I should have been doing that, it seems completely stupid that I didn't do it. But I guess hindsight's 20/20. So yeah. I don't think I have much else to say. Last night, so I'll just talk briefly about last night. Last night, I decided to host a little bit of a dinner party for my coworkers who live here in the dorm, and I also invited my supervisor. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. And I thought it would be rude to not invite everyone, even though I only wanted to invite some people. So I invited everyone, and then I started to get really nervous when I was cooking up the food, because I'm like, this is not enough. This is not enough food for all the people that are going to come. I'm so screwed. But what is I going to do? There's not really anywhere to buy food here, so I couldn't just run out and buy, an extra pack of meat at the grocery store or whatever. However, everything turned out fine. Ended up being only 10 people, including myself, so not bad. I had just enough food to pass. And then luckily my supervisor brought desserts, so then everybody left feeling full. And then everybody started drinking, so it was just fine. Yeah, everybody started drinking. That's how things go. You get more than 2 people together in Japan, and the story is gonna at some point include the lines, and then we started drinking. It's just how it goes. It was fun though. Turned out fine. Everybody liked the food. I was so happy that I was able to find tortillas and salsa at my local import store. Yeah, the tortillas were way more expensive than what I would normally pay, but considering what a pain it is to make tortillas from scratch, worth it. Just worth it, because I can make tortillas. I've done it a couple times, but I usually mess it up and it takes me forever, so not fun. Yeah, so that was actually the second drinking party. The day before, Wednesday night, we also had a party. See, it was a barbecue, and it never entered my brain that I was going to have to pay for it. And the last barbecue we had, it was only about $10 each. And then today, the PE teacher walks up and is like, "Oh, hey, Barbara, remember that barbecue on Wednesday?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was great." He's like, "Yeah, it's $25. What? So, that sucked a little bit. Just like some sucky stuff. Every now and then you just get a nasty little surprise. And sometimes you get good surprises. Take the good with the bad. So like today I went into the bank. Well, my bank is at the post office. So I went to the post office to use my ATM, and there was a little old woman being helped by one of the attendants. And so I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess let's wait." And then he's like, "Oh, you should go wait inside," and there was already an old guy waiting there. So then they just start chatting it up with this old guy, which is great. It's my first time actually just sitting down and talking with one of the locals. So we had a little bit of a conversation. He's like, "Oh, you should come over and we'll drink together sometime. It'll be great. We'll eat this fish and we'll drink together." And it wasn't a sincere offer, but it was really nice of him still. It was just really good to talk to somebody. And then he went out because the machine opened up, and another woman came in after me to wait on the ATM. So then we started talking a little bit. So, on my wait for the ATM, which, it's kind of sucks to have to just sit there and wait for the ATM when your transaction's going to take about a minute and you're waiting for 20 minutes. But I got to spend those 20 minutes really well. I mean, the only other thing I would have done if I came home was sit in my cold apartment doing nothing, just looking around on the internet. I got to sit instead at the warm post office and talk to nice people, so I think I won out in that situation, actually. And I think that's where I'm going to end off tonight. Hopefully next week I will be able to tell you all about this festival that I'm going to go to, and hopefully it goes really well. Until then, take care!